How's it going, guys? I'm William Whipple V, and today I'm here with Daniel Millhouse and Cody Trogger. They are our two gold medalists for Skills USA. Cody Trogger, you won for electrical construction, and you won for plumbing.
Correct.
So, for those who don't know, what is Skills USA?
Skills USA is an organization that lets trades compete at a higher level to see where your skills are at. And there's also the leadership aspect where you can become a president in your school, a vice president, ambassador, certain things like that. So it gives an opportunity for the tech kids to compete.
I feel like it gives like even people that haven't been in the trade a long time to show off what they can do, uh, especially for younger kids, because a lot of people just look at a kid in a trade saying, "Hey, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know what he's doing." But you could go here and you can show that you have the skill of someone that's been doing the job for about 10 years.
Now, have you guys had experience in your respected categories? Have you had time like plumbing before you joined?
I started tech in ninth grade for their fast track program.
Mm-hmm.
I went through every class. I was actually between plumbing and electrical. I took each for 2 weeks and decided electrical was what I was a little bit better in. So I've been practicing electrical since ninth grade.
Okay.
For me, I went into tech 10th grade year, and I wasn't even in plumbing my 10th grade year. I chose culinary, so it was a big jump going from flipping burgers to fitting pipes. But you know, I got in there and I just kind of did my thing, and it clicked. I had no past experience. I didn't know what I was doing, but I went in there and he told me what to do, and I did it at a pretty good level. So I feel like it's just like that.
Do you guys feel it to be hard or easy to do?
It really depends on what I'm doing. I'm a little bit better at residential. It's just house wiring, basic receptacles, switches, lights. But when I get into the bigger wire and a little bit more complex wiring, I can find there's a little challenge.
Uh, Plumbing code changes every year, so it's definitely challenging keeping up with it. All codes change every year, so keeping up with that in itself is a bit of a task. But I feel I'm the kind of person you tell me what to do, and I'll do it to the best of my ability. And if I don't do it right, I'll come to you for help.
He does have a good point with the codes. It is a really big book. We have to memorize a lot of support requirements, height requirements, all these different things. And the tests that we take at the end of the year, the NOCTI, that tests us on all the knowledge we have. So we really have to keep good memory on the supports and other things like that.
Okay. What was it like competing?
It was something different. When I was at districts, there was only two other people I was competing against, and I went in there and it was the simplest little project I've ever seen. So I just went in there and I did what I had to do, got out. Here it was a little bit more challenging. They gave you less things to work with. I only got one hanger for underneath. Usually I use around 3 or 4, so that was fun to get around. There was more people. I went up against 11 people, I would say, or no, 10. Is there how many? Wait, there's 12 districts or 10?
I think there's 12, but
So yeah, I'd say I went up against around 10 to 11 people, and they all were moving. They knew what they were doing. It was a completely different atmosphere. I feel like it pushed me a little bit more too. I was going pretty quick that day. I feel like I woke up with the mentality of a winner.
yeah, for the Teamworks, we, for districts, it was pretty stressful. It was new to all of us working together. We had less time for districts. So after we won that, we kind of knew what we had to do in states.
Mm-hmm.
When we got to states, there was a presentation part. We thought all 4 of us were going to presentate. It was only 2, Charlie and myself. So that kind of threw us a curveball, and we had to adapt to that. But the first day we had a rough start. We were kind of arguing. We didn't really know what we wanted to do. It was just we were just really slacking. So when we got back in the truck and made our way back to the hotel, we all had to talk about it and decide what we were going to do the next day. And that next day, we really just hit it hard. We started going at it. We split up. We got everything put together. We didn't have a lot of confidence after that first day, but once we started going, it went really well. And honestly, I thought it was a little bit less stressful having 2 days, so it was nice, but everything came together well. So
Now you guys are going on to nationals in Atlanta, Georgia. How do you guys feel about that?
It's exciting. I've always wanted to go down south for a little bit, and getting the experience and going down there for free, it's something you can't beat.
I honestly don't really believe it. After they said that we won for states, it was just, I just really didn't believe it. And to go down to nationals to compete against the whole country, there's thousands of kids going down there to compete to get first. And going down there, we need to like be on our A game. So I think it's great that we have the opportunity to go down there and actually compete. So just waiting to go down in June.
Yeah, it's a bit scary, right?
Yeah,
The
a
whole
little bit.
country's against you.
It's been very, I wouldn't say scary, but really stressful.
Mhm.
Before states, I was losing hairs. It was it was a very stressful time.
Yeah, the preparation for these kind of things is you got to practice like you compete, because if you're practicing lazy, if you're practicing messy, that's what you're gonna do in competition. So you got to make sure that you're on your A game. And there's a lot of businesses going down there. There's a lot of people really look forward to this national competition. So there's just a lot of opportunity that we have, and we both need to do very well to obtain that.
Another thing is our teachers, definitely.
Yeah.
Our
definitely teachers.
instructors, man, I give all the credit to him. I went in there the first day, and with my first practice project, it looked horrible. It was so bad. And then but he told me, like, hey, just keep going at it, keep doing it, you'll get better. And apparently I got good enough to win states, so.
Yeah, same with my instructor as well. We were slacking in a couple parts with getting the structure up and definitely our presentation. He really had to nip us in the butt to get moving and keep practicing. So if it wasn't for them, honestly, we'd probably done a little bit worse.
So in Georgia, you guys talked about companies coming down to come see you. Can you go a little bit more into that?
Yeah, it's the second biggest trade convention in the U.S., so there's going to be a lot of people that are going down there, especially employers, looking for new, younger guys that will be at their company for a while, will contribute and work at a high level. So, because even at districts, I found my company that I'd be willing to stay with for a while, and it gave me a really good opportunity even at a district. So nationals is probably 10 times, if not 100 times more companies coming down. So there's a lot more eyes on you.
Yeah, with the competition, it showcases your skills, and for these companies to come see you actually do work hands-on, it kind of helps the interview as well. You know, people fill out an interview, they do a one-on-one conversation, but for the companies to actually see you, they like to see the dedication. So it really does help us out, and it helps them out as well.
So you guys were talking about earnings for nationals. What are they?
For nationals, for first, second, and third place, to my knowledge, you get a lot of tools if you win. And especially for someone as young as me and all the other kids down there, not spending that $2,000 or $3,000 on tools, it could really help you with saving up for things like a house or a car, because those are all things that you're going to need in your respective trade that you're not going to have to spend money on.
Also, with placing first, second, and third in nationals, there's an opportunity to get scholarships, and this allows us not only to go right into the workforce, but also further our knowledge in our trades. So even though getting a bunch of tools and everything is nice, it's also great that we have the opportunity to get scholarships. In states, we both received a $2,500 scholarship to Penn Tech, and that's just a great opportunity to get. It just gives us another choice that we want to make.
Nice. So what do you guys have to say to people who want to join the workforce?
Yeah, It's really nice not to be in debt for the first half of your life. That's the way I look at it. If you could go into any kind of job and make just as much money as someone with a 4-year, 6-year, or even 8-year degree, it's a great opportunity. You just you have to work. You can't sit there, be on your phone and lollygag. You need to put in the time, the hours, and the effort, and the aches and pains. But it will show.
Tech is a great opportunity. Like I said before, I was in the fast track program. I was able to take every class in tech and find out what I was really good at. And I recommend that to any underclassmen, honestly. This just opens up what you can do in your future. And to do electrical construction, I love it. I don't have any complaints with it. But like DJ said, you really got to put the time in. It doesn't come easy. So you got to keep up with the code. You got to keep up with your skills. And you'll make a great living.
That's all for today. Thank you for your time.